Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the cast with the most opinions and the least information. Thanks for joining us in the study of what it means to be human and where exactly does your poop go after you flush it. Please enjoy the show as we explore these topics and many more with the crew that is We Regret This Already.
I don't know, but with just what got leaked from the security guy that was on boots on the ground, how we came in so aggressively.
Yep.
Hundreds of drones and only 20 of our soldiers, Delta Force, on the ground. And
that's like the Super Soldier. You remember that movie? Or Universal Soldier, John Claude?
Yes, that's what I was thinking when I was hearing about this earlier. And I was like, holy cow, like Trump's cocky enough. I mean, I think this was engineered from decades ago. I honestly do. Just seeing how we were the top military-wise for a solid 20 years after the Cold War, from 91 all the way until 2010s when China first started really being a physical threat, and Russia's so-called, coming back together under Putin. And now we all know that the military in the U.S. is 20 years farther advanced than anything in the public.
Yeah.
On top of the 20 years that they had to get ahead of everybody else in the world.
So 40 years?
Yeah. So what our military has is probably, 40 years from what China's seen or any of these little militia type people. Because when they turn on a device and everyone starts brain hemorrhaging, that was cool. And I've heard of it. I've heard of the theories of it on the infographic show.
Well, there has been that weapon released, but on our people. They called it a directional like sound or a directional frequency weapon or something like that.
Yeah.
It was originally, I think they called it a Haiti syndrome at first because it happened to American diplomats in the Haiti embassy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it happened to like more. It happened everywhere.
Well, this goes back to more of my point, because if people were actually, like the Illuminati type people, I mean, running this.
Pull that mic up to you a little closer.
That these Illuminati type theories, and because they all followed Nostradamus, this and that, predicted third wars, and then ultimate world peace after. And you start seeing this unfold to a certain regard, and you start looking behind the scenes, and Trump being a chess player, never a checker, and he's already expanding it towards Greenland as of today, wanting to purchase that and putting NATO on the spot. Well, all right. So then you start seeing the advances of our military. So what if he is pushing the limits with the other parts of the world right now, China and Russia being the other two big ones, and if there was a World War III that kicked off, I think it would be something that we've never seen, because he would be the type of leader that would say, no, I'm going to go ahead and just neutralize all threats immediately. And we'd see him something. I can only predict what it might look like. And all of a sudden you could do that in such organization.
Yeah.
And then you would just see, okay, what's going to happen next? He's already said with Venezuela, we're going to take it, but then, no boots on the ground. So what if he did something like that, where they just neutralize all the dictators in a short span and say, all right, now y'all, here's the Constitution. Y'all want to do democratic voting, this and that. And they start just easily, it wouldn't be like a Nazi regime type thing where they're invading every country to take over, but it'd be like, all right,
a new world order.
Yeah, but without all the blood and death that most revolutions take. And then that leads into, all right, then he looks bad for a minute, or we do. Well, then he abolishes IRS or whatever, taxing comes across the world and says, all right, it's 25% sales tax. It was just a theory that was popping through my head. I was, all right, this could connect to this could connect to that. Who knows where it's going to be, though? I mean, because it just seems like a lot of things are unfolding that if you really look deep into it, it's like, why did this might be connected to other things.
Yeah, I've got a strong sense that we're trying to take over the world, and I'm actually proud that we're doing it. I'm actually I'm trying to find reasons to support it in my mind, and they're all connecting proper. Like, well, we're just the best, and we're gonna be the best, and we should be. Because that's the kind of patriotic pride one must have in this new world regime. You know, I mean, but not just that though. I mean, that should be an everyday American value.
It should be
One that we used to aspire to have back in the 60s,
Well,
the 50s. I think about pigtails and barbecues.
I know that I had it in grade school.
Yep.
I mean, we were still practicing the Cold War freaking bombs and like that. You got to hunker underneath your desk. It's like,
Yeah.
huh.
Little 3/4 inch piece
Oh,
of
man,
plywood's
yeah,
going to
this is gonna
save
help
you.
so well.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's the theory behind it.
Yep.
You know, and I'm seeing it because I graduated 2003, but from 90 to 2003, how much it changed and how laxed it got,
Yeah.
you know, in that era. Because at that point, again, we were still, that's when we started advancing so far ahead of everybody else right after the Cold War because there was no competition, really, on the
Yeah.
global
Well,
scale.
89, the Cold War ended.
Yeah.
So
And then, then officially got torn down in
91.
91. Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, in that time of the end of the Cold War, now you rebuild and you focus on other things, you know. And I know if I can summarize what I can think of the 90s, it would be progression in societal, you know, norms, you know, like I think we become more acceptance of like the gays, you know, like women in the workplace. Just a general, I think
More on the social stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the in-house social.
Yeah,
We
like
stopped
we
caring
were-
about the world at the moment and we started focusing inward.
focusing on our own cultural developments.
Yeah.
And I think it was, I had a great time in the 90s, growing up in the 90s, you know. I'm sure you did too. You know, we had a blast, you know. We still kind of rode around on our bikes and we still kind of got to experience the childhood that they experienced in the 60s.
Yeah, because, I mean, we didn't have them cell phones in our pockets and they couldn't instantly get a hold of us. It was like, all right, we'll see you right at dark.
Yeah, be home at night, you know, you hear the whistle, you hear the call, you know, come a running, you know, and then, you know, you still get to go out at night and you know, on the weekends and roam the streets. I know I used to go to the movies and we'd have to walk back because we missed the lineup, you know, and that was all the way from South Park Mall, the Mayan, all the way back to South Flores, you know, so South Flores and like Pleasanton Road, like Lone Star area,
yeah.
like all the way to the Blue Star, pretty much.
It was our generation. We'd walk anywhere.
Yeah, and we
mean-
did that all the goddamn time, you know.
Man, I used to walk right out of friggin' the elementary school and down to my grandparents' house about a half a mile away.
Yep.
Just middle of the day, go eat friggin' a sandwich at my grandma's house and then walk back to school and go back to the afternoon class. Like I was like 7.
Wow.
Just walked right out. I mean, but hell, I mean, I always had a lock blade knife in my damn shoe that my grandfather gave me too. So that was kind of unique to the circumstance.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, that was the difference of growing up back then because I couldn't imagine my son wanting to do that now because we have protected him.
Yeah.
You
Sheltered our children from the
Yeah.
bums out there. You seen the rise in homelessness. You know, they're literally right here at the old Kowloon's, that Chinese restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Some hobo tried to grab up some kid, man, like a few months back, and snatch him, take him into the woods because they go into this wooded area. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
Yeah, it was on the news and everything. You saw the different surveillance angles.
Oh God,
Yeah, he was all
that is terrifying.
he was all fentanyled up. You know, just yeah. And I
Come
was-
here.
and it's right there, dude. I'm like, man, you know.
And God bless the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
But more people need to start neutralizing those type of people and not wasting freaking taxpayer money with. Golly, I mean, after a certain offense,
Yeah,
just get deported.
and they didn't catch him.
Like just deport them.
Just
at
take
this
'em-
point. Like send
El
'em to-
Salvador. There you go, brother.
Hey, you just forfeited your citizenship.
A few episodes
So
ago.
that might help the Christian view because you know where they're like, oh, no death penalty. Okay, well let's think outside the box here.
Exile.
Let exile. I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
I
you just
mean-
give them a Bible and a shotgun and tell them to walk the deserts of Mexico. There you go, brother.
I don't know about that regard, but I mean, what about those countries that are lacking in populations that are paying people to move there?
Oh,
There's like an island in Greece. There's one in like Thailand somewhere. I know there's like 3 or 4 of them. And there's that one really cool one north of Norway that's up in the Arctic Circle, right in that area. But it's the only country that doesn't have any visas and no extradition, this and that.
Well, we already have one of those cold places. It's called Alaska.
Well, yeah,
we could turn that into a prison state. We got plenty of goddamn space.
Dude, Alaska's too beautiful to let. Yeah.
I just the tip, the top tip, the coldest top tip.
Hey.
All you need is one really big El Salvadorian compound. You know, they'll all huddle together for warmth. You'll save energy.
I'm sure greater minds than ours would figure out where to all send them. But I'm sure with Trump,
No, we can figure it out right now.
We're going to get paid for it. So let's send them to these countries that are paying our citizens to move there. Well, screw that. We'll just send them the rejects we don't want, and we'll collect the money.
A few episodes ago, Dave and I were talking about, like, if you break the law, like, let's say you steal something worth $200, well, now you got to fight John Cena for 20 seconds. You know, if not Cena, then Stone Cold Steve Austin or something like.
No, you got to go into a cage with a silverback gorilla.
Oh,
I would do something like that, or at least like half the cage. You know, have your arm like suspended in there.
Whoa!
That's what the gorilla does.
Just your arm in the cage. Just half your arm and a leg, depending on the offense. Just okay.
Can you imagine this, like some straight up freaking Escape from New York type.
Yeah, Escape from New York. God damn, that was a good movie.
Yes, it was. I mean, Escape from LA was really funny too, but wasn't as dark as the first one, I don't think. But.
Yeah. God damn. Kurt Russell, right?
Oh, man. Makes an awesome Santa Claus.
He was also really good in that trucker movie where he played a trucker. What was it? Big Trouble Little China.
Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah. Big Trouble Little China.
That was an old one. Golly, that was one from the classics. That was another great movie growing up. Just let my son watch Predator the other week and showed him the 80s movies primes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, God. I was like, because he wanted to watch the modern one that came out on Showtime or whatever it was. Oh. All the time.
Goddamn Tony. Shout out to Tony Signs, man. Howdy. I'm Bobby from the We Regret This Already podcast, but I'm not here to talk about podcasting or plumbing. Here to talk about performance. Now, between work, family, and podcasting, I can get a little burned out, a little dull around the edges. When that happens, I reach for Dubby. Dubby is a jitterless energy blend with no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors or dyes. Get back in the game. Level up. Do better. Be better with Dubby. It's made in America. And you can get 10% off of Dubby if you use code WeRegretThis at checkout. The link is going to be in the script square. And the time to give gifts is right now. So give the gift of Dubby. Be a buddy to your taste buddies. Drink Dubby. Oh, wow. That's really good. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Do you feel like your life is just passing you by? Are you annoyed when the guy in the commercial asks you question after question, like, get to the point, Mr. Announcer, man, what are you selling me? Fine, here's my point. This is not a product, this is a warning. We Regret This Already is a podcast where confidence is high, research is optional, and the takes are loud. If you've ever said, there's no way they're about to say that, yeah, we are. Search We Regret This Already on YouTube, hit subscribe, and come regret it with us. Howdy. Are you tired of owning a struggling business because you don't have enough customers? Are you unsure of how to promote? Well, lucky for you, we're selling out and ad space is available right here. That's right. We'll sell your stuff if you give us money. Advertising works, you big dummy, so do it. Do it here. Do it with us. I'll even throw a shirt on if the money's right. Back to the program.
Well, you just named a good one, the Universal Soldier. I need to show him that one.
Yeah.
Be next.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Classic. Used to
Dude.
watch that a lot growing up. Or Beastmaster is one that a lot of people forgot about.
Beastmaster. I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, dude, early 80s. The guy had like two little ferrets that he would talk to and a hawk and stuff. And straight up like Dark Ages type stuff. It was crazy. It really was the stuff that they came up with in the 80s with movies. I mean, watch the original RoboCop.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, most people forgot it was rated R.
Oh, that dude gets blown away like crazy in the beginning of the movie. Just goosh, 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 goosh.
And the straight up all the drugs and everything in it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was like, holy cow. And I remember watching that when I was real little.
And what's funny is the bad guy is Red from the 70s show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird. It's like, what he's the villain? Like,
yeah, and then you see it. It's like,
yeah, because I grew up watching him as like the stone cold, like straight square, you know, the I guess the epitome of authority. You know what I mean? Like Red is, he don't around.
Yeah, the Vietnam veteran.
And then all the old movies that I see, he's always the bad guy. He's like always the heel, which is, I don't know.
Which still goes with with him kind of mood.
The authoritarian.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like.
That's why he falls into it so well.
Like a little bit of fan fiction would be like that was the life he lived before he had Eric. You know, all stupid. He was all selling all this dope, up cops.
You just see it. Yeah. I mean, well, you just never know where it's going to end up, though. That's where I'm. All right, so but back to the Trump thing, because I know we got way off topic.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
What about the stuff with the food table?
What?
The whole food pyramid being flipped upside down?
Oh, RFK, my boy, Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah.
I love him.
Did you see the connection to the South Park episode from 11 years ago?
Oh, I do remember that.
And they straight up, they tagged it on a freaking Instagram video.
Nice.
And I was like, well, shit, 11 years. That's when you were my apprentice back then.
God damn.
We probably watched that originally. Now it finally came out that South Park was right.
Yeah.
Or
God damn, South Park predicted it.
Or did somebody already put it out there in the wind and made it come to tuition?
I don't know, man.
Illuminati.
And the triangle upside down, that's I think that's a symbol of foretelling.
You know better than me on that one.
Who knows?
What went on with the whole Russia thing with the U.S. and the Arctic or the Atlantic?
Okay, so you're talking about the boat that was found?
No, the one that we seized.
Oh, the oil tanker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a Venezuelan oil tanker that they repainted into a Russian flag, like on the spot. I think it was
it was a Ghost Fleet thing.
Yeah, it was a part of their shadow fleet.
Well,
the La Marie or something like that. The Bella Marie.
Yeah, but then when the one we were talking about earlier, or I was mentioning to you, I think earlier this week, was the sub that they had sunk on the coast of Spain. That was part of the Russian Ghost Fleet. That's what started me down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, no. The Bella Marie was a tanker that was disguising its flag. They changed their flag to a Russian. They painted a Russian flag on it the last minute, you know, after when it got crazy, and then they also changed its name, also last minute, you know, just like the old Lord of War movie. You know, it's like turn it sideways, turn that flag sideways. It's Italian now, or Spain, whatever.
Right. Yeah. I think it was Portuguese.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
Either
what
way, it was hilarious. But every time I hear about the shadow fleet in the news and the Venezuelan oil tankers, I think about that movie and how like again trying to send you a symbol, trying to send you a signal, like it's not all just like white noise. There's actually key little pieces to pay attention to if you pay attention to the geopolitical, you know. So going down into the Illuminati hole. So if we want to say that there's this, I guess this government, this elite power that is controlling all the world moves. Like it's not even the lines don't even matter as far as on the map. Like these people control the best benefit for them. Like everything is an illusion as far as war, conflicts, peaces, all that stuff doesn't matter as long as we're distracted. That's the idea of the Illuminati, is like there's this bigger force above the governments a world government already in place.
That's what I've been suspecting.
Yeah.
And the more that all these other events start breaking out, and the more common that they're happening, especially when Trump's pushing with such aggression in some areas that at the first push of it, I was like, holy crap, did he do that? And then you see him, all right, it's fine. Hell, we just flexed huge in the world and nobody's even said anything or tried to. Really, between Russia and China, they're all like, oh. Yeah.
Now,
Again,
okay, so there's kind of a, right now China is really
pissed off at us. I mean, 12 billion in oil that we took when they took Venezuela is what I heard on some chat.
wow, that's a lot of denier.
Yeah, and China was supposed to be the secondary world market compared to the dollar, and they just got slapped in the face because they were supposed to be repaid all these resources from Venezuela. But what Trump did is he's pretty much threatening, like, no, y'all aren't going to get y'all's collateral that they had.
So how is it that Trump is so smart to take all these moves, like so strategically? that's how did he
help me figure that out? Like,
yeah, what's going on?
I don't think that could be one mind.
I think
it's something that's again been set in motion for decades. Because when you really, unless he's divine on some level, which again I ain't gonna be believing that anytime soon.
Yeah,
he ain't walking on water, but that's
he
what
doesn't
makes you think
think
that this is a plan. Because this was a businessman.
Yeah.
Maybe he was positioned to be getting this area for a reason by somebody else above him.
Yeah.
And that's where you start thinking it was the global. You know, I mean, does it go back for the past 100 years? Did they start this, you know, because when the original layout of the North America was it 1820s, there was a president that pretty much marked out the whole red of North America down through halfway through South America. That was all the Americans' protected area. That no France or Russia or Spain could ever, you know, put any type of colonies in those areas.
Yeah.
And you saw what we just did in Venezuela. So it was like, now you just hear about Greenland, which was the other part of it.
Now what's interesting is like all these moves just started happening when Trump got back in. Now, couldn't Biden have done any of this? Or couldn't Trump have done it during his first term? It just seems like it's all unfolding at the same time.
Yeah.
Not only that, but okay, so I was talking to Louis about this too the other night, and how I felt like this shift in this past 2 years has come with a kind of pendulum swing that comes with these regime falls. The Biden regime fell.
Here's the crazy thing about it too that's connected is that the voter fraud type machines and software and all that originated from Venezuela.
Shut up.
So there's a suspicion that that's why Trump went in there and got him, because now they've already sent out the list that he was connected to in funding. Have you seen that list? There was dozens and dozens of Democratic and Republican politicians that were in Maduro's pocket. It's out there. So
that's socialism crap, dude.
And then that's what a lot of people are suspecting of. That's how he's going to take a plea, is he's going to come out and list everybody that he's paid off in the U.S. government.
Dude, that would lock the pendulum.
Prove the voter fraud from when Biden got elected.
The 2020.
And if he could prove all that and connect it, could you imagine the dominoes that would just start, or the thread you start pulling?
Yeah.
Because once you start pulling on a thread and proving doubt, and then you had the daycares with all that corruption. So they're going to start pulling this and start seeing this all unravel.
Do you know what Polymarket is? The betting site where you can bet on the world.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so let's go to Polymarket real quick. Let's check what the odds are if anyone's going to go to jail for the Minnesota stuff. All right. Let's see what we have here. Will Trump acquire Greenland before 2027? 17% chance says yes.
It's actually on there.
Will the Iranian regime fall before this? 50%, bro, says yes.
I've been seeing the riots.
I think it's gonna happen way before 2027. I think it's gonna happen within 6 months. U.S. strike Iran. Oof! Look at that. We're going to strike Iran by the 16th. There's a 21% chance. So we got almost a 25% chance that in 5 days, Iran's going to get their smoke.
World War III. I think it's gonna. I mean, once we just did this huge flex, I don't think he has nowhere he can't back down now.
All right.
And then Mexico's on there now because
U.S. strike on Mexico.
He's straight up. So that's what leads me to believe
Look at these.
He might do all this, and then he's gonna say flat sales tax, no IRS, and we're gonna take down the borders. So then pretty much everyone he's gonna do like Attila the Hun-ness type shit, or it was Genghis Khan. That when he conquered a territory, he'd let them keep their identities. He wouldn't make them assimilate by any means, but I'm gonna tax you. And people that stood against, that's where he was attributed to being. Yeah, lots of genocide with
wow.
the Khans.
Let's see.
What if he took? I mean, again, all theory, but stuff that's been popping around.
Howdy. I'm Bobby from the We Regret This Already podcast, but I'm not here to talk about podcasting or plumbing. I'm here to talk about performance. Now, between work, family, and podcasting, I get a little burned out, a little dull around the edges. When that happens, I reach for Dubby. Dubby is a jitterless energy blend with no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors or dyes. Get back in the game. Level up. Do better. Be better with Dubby. It's made in America. And you can get 10% off of Dubby if you use code WeRegretThis at checkout. The link is going to be in the script square. And the time to give gifts is right now. So give the gift of Dubby. Be a buddy to your taste buddies. Drink Dubby. Oh, wow, that's really good. All right, here we go. Will anyone be charged over the daycare fraud in Minnesota? All right, so by June, oh, look, it went up, man. This went up to 76%. It used to be at like 37%.
Okay.
Which was unhelpful. It's just doubtful. You know what I mean? But yeah, wow, look, that shot up by
a lot.
Yeah, by a lot. Ooh, let's see. Will Ilhan Omar be charged? Less than 3%.
She's too connected right now. But unless there's some proof to what the dictator from Venezuela might come out.
Ooh, I like this one. Will any Minnesota politician be charged?
Yeah. Politicians either way. Tim Walz.
Anybody being deported? Tim Walz. Charged. He's got about a 30% chance of being charged.
We'll see.
Polymarket is pretty good pulse.
Really?
Yeah. If you want to know anything, you can definitely check Polymarket. It is the pulse, bro. I mean, just go to what's trending. Khamenei out as supreme leader of Iran by January 31st. I say I would definitely vote on that one, dude. 20% chance. That's not a bad.
It's not a bad bet.
Yeah, not a bad bet. $13 million in volume. Somebody won like $430,000 on that strike on Venezuela.
Really?
Yeah, Polymarket. $430,000, dude. I don't know how much he bet, but that's how much he won. Damn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna start looking into this because the more of my predictions that I start coming up with on the fly, start looking into this, be like, hey, I can't be the only crazy one.
No, you're definitely not. There's a lot of insanity out here in the world. Look at this. Most of it is sports, but you'll find some stuff. I find it very interesting.
Israel strikes Iran by. Oh yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yep, Israel strike Iran, 32% chance.
Definitely see that one coming close, especially what's been going on.
Yeah, with the
ice shooter charged. I don't think the guy's gonna get charged.
Oh heck no!
I really doubt it.
No way he's gonna get charged.
If he did, it would be more as a formality to prevent, stop the riots, kind of like they did with
no way he's gonna get
the
charged.
George Floyd cops when they went to a trial.
Yeah, look.
It stopped the riots, but then they all got found, or they got acquitted. So
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. You can buy when it's low and sell, and you know what I mean. It fluctuates, man. It's a
it's
market.
like a stock.
It's a stock. Yeah, so you can buy when it's low, and cash out high, if you're
Wow.
It's trippy, dude.
When it flops, so you buy when it's a yes, and when it goes to a definite yes is when you sell, and you make your money difference.
No, I think you just hold it because then the bet comes true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just I'm talking about when you get in.
Yeah.
Because see, you could have bought it for cheaper if like these are all the different videos being released. You can tell, the new evidence being entered, right? The little fluxes in time. It's like,
and see how high it started originally. It was closer to 60% when none of the second videos came out, or
Yep.
the
so it started off
body
real
cam
high,
footage.
and then all that footage started coming out,
yeah.
and then more of it released, and then I don't know.
Well,
Look, went back up there.
I mean, the body cam footage, he clearly states, "Get out of the car."
Well, not only that, but I saw like 2 or 3 different footage angles. I saw I saw this other one with the body cam footage, and he clearly gets hit by the car. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's assault.
Yes. I mean, what are people thinking?
The fact that you think you have the privilege to be able to go do that, then that means that you don't think that they're evil enough to disappear your bitch ass.
I really feel bad for the people that were brainwashed during the Biden administration.
Yeah.
Because they're brainwashed in such a way that they don't have. They
It's
can do what they want.
The weird notion that you can be so privileged to confront the ICE officer and stop what he's doing and view as what you're doing a justice, a right, some sort of noble action for the rest of society. To have that kind of privilege, to feel like you have that privilege, and to think that you're facing off some sort of Nazi, like those are contradictory. Like, you can't feel that privileged enough to go voice your opinion to him and think he's a Nazi, because if he was a Nazi, you get cold cock, kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get taken into the encampment. Like, what are you thinking? To me, those 2 points don't make sense. Like, how they could think that they're fascist, but yet they're out here protesting in a way that is only American. I mean, not only American, other countries protest, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at Iran. Iran, last I checked, they were up to 36 deaths. And
no, I thought it was over 60 this
over
morning.
60 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked like 2 days ago.
Yeah, this morning I think they were over 60.
Thank you for the update. Up to 60 deaths.
Yeah.
And I'm sure up to like maybe if that has gone up to 60, then I'm going to guess the 5,000 arrests.
Probably it was north of that, I think. I mean, I heard about it this morning when I was in my shower.
Let's look it up, I guess. I mean, why are we guessing? We have the power of the interwebs.
Because it was kind of shocking. Because again, I mean, Iran's always been this Islamic state, which nothing wrong with that, but the dictatorship that they've had there in the government, I don't know. I mean, I'm not too educated on the matter. I just know that, yeah, there you go. More than...
We got 490 protests have been killed and 10,000 arrested. Oh my God. In only 15 days.
And that was just an hour ago. That was updated on CNN.
Now, that is a...
so that's a lot more than this morning, because this morning I heard 60 something, and now we're at 490.
Yeah, that is a fascist state. Go protest in Iran.
And today was Sunday, so it was a holy day. So they're...
Well, they probably ramped up the protesting.
Well, I'm just saying that their punishments of that Sharia law are so strict.
Mm-hmm.
They probably went around enforcing it and started killing more people.
I know
it's going on both sides. I don't know. Is the regime getting killed by the protesters or vice versa?
Well, no, the regime. If the regime was getting killed, then there would be. I mean, so right now
is that why it ramped up though? Are they starting to fight back? Are these extra casualties on their side?
Yeah, they got to be. It says 490 protesters.
Oh, okay. It does identify just protesters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
human rights.
Yeah, check that out.
It's crazy.
At least 538 total deaths as of January.
And then
Oh, 48
hospital
by
alone
security personnel. So the 48 is
is what they've lost.
yeah.
Wow. 100 security force fatalities.
Yep. Tehran is another place. Yeah, they have 217 protester deaths with over 100 security force fatalities. So yeah, no, they're fighting it out, brother.
Yeah. It sparked a freaking
Yeah.
flame in 'em.
So that's you can look at this place, you can see it, you can look at the numbers. That's what fascism looks like.
Yeah.
You know, they are literally killing their protesters.
And then people trying to accuse of Trump being that. I've never understood it.
It doesn't make sense. It's like they
It's-
don't understand the
True
rest of the
fascism?
world, or
Yeah.
what's they have an example right
Well,
there.
they've had the sheltered education.
I don't know, man. It seems
They-
like a lack thereof education because
they
they don't
didn't-
have common sense.
Well, they weren't taught, U.S. pride at a young age in that era of school. Once the Soviet Union fell, they didn't have any fear of country or fear of another country in that generation.
So
Coming up behind me, I could contribute it to a little bit. At least the guys younger than us that they didn't have that love of country at a younger age, having a fear of somebody invading or watching Red Dawn and thinking, oh man, what if that did happen?
dude,
Like, oh hell, I'm good. I'm in Texas.
Pat Swayze, dude. It's a great movie.
So I mean, maybe that's connection.
Yeah.
That hey, that's the good times that created weak men. Now we're hitting the hard times that create strong men. Because
Well-
that's cycles of every generation.
Yeah.
You can look through history and see it.
Hmm.
So that's where we're at. So the weak ones are gonna,
Get weeded out.
one way
I
or
mean,
another.
well, their stupid notions are gonna come to be tested.
Yeah.
Like what's going on right now? This dumbass lady who clearly hit a cop, and so we get one person die from an ICE protest versus Iranian 490 deaths.
Yeah.
That's what fascism looks like. It's like common sense is gonna start to click somewhere.
And then you have Trump being being nominated for the World Peace Award again. Look at the one with the Buddhist monks.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
I thought that was dope. I was like, holy crap. Not, at the same week that he takes out a dictator, he gets, he brokers his peace deal between Cambodia and their neighboring country. And all the monks come out and, praise him for it. So, we can't all be crazy.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything that nobody said not. Like, wow.
I know.
Just the balls in this man.
So yeah, that goes back to what I was saying about the regime falls. So Trump has toppled the Biden regime, which along with the Harris regime. And we saw that in this last election. He rallied the people, he gained the support, and he did it in a way that was almost so strategic. It was the biggest and most profound political comeback of this century.
Yeah.
And I mean, with that being said, he also toppled Venezuela and almost Iran. Iran's getting the smoke next. I'm probably going to put a bet on the poly market because those numbers are atrocious. And Trump did say, if you keep killing protesters, you're going to get the smoke.
Yeah. And he already proved that we can do it.
I mean,
the last bunker that we neutralized
yeah,
with those B-17 bombers that flew around the world.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. He just showed up on the back door. It was in the middle of the night too.
and then just this last week when he's talking about Russia, he's like, I already have a sub.
Yeah,
Nobody can detect our subs. I can detect their subs, but nobody. We have one, and that would neutralize all threats between China and Russia in just a phone call. It's like, God,
yeah.
that's a horrible Trump impersonation. We can put that on there, but
Here, I'll do it. Well, we've got one sub. That's all we need. We'll take out Russia. We'll take out China. All I got to do, make one call. They're done. And you're gay.
it was almost just, it was pretty spot on almost from what I heard him in his last speech, because I was just like, wow, we are badasses. I mean, I hope a lot of more people see it like we do, where it's like, damn, we're not putting up with the bullying nature anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because nobody likes the bully in the schoolyard.
yeah.
Everybody likes the comeback hero, to stand up,
The underdog.
yeah, and punch the bully in the eye, give him
Yeah.
a black eye, and that's what he just did to Venezuela. He's about to do it to Iran. I mean, China and Russia got to be on their heels to a certain degree. You know they are.
Yeah.
And they're, oh man, should we push this man?
Well, see, when
him
I
in
think
a
about
corner.
Russia, I think about a defeated kind of state already because they couldn't even take out little wee Ukraine, who's
Yeah.
ran by some dumbass comedian president who pretty much is at
Agreed.
the mercy of the UN.
Yeah,
You know, bottom line, like the fact that Russia didn't plow through Ukraine just proves that I think they had trucks breaking down on the convoy getting into the goddamn country, bro. Like
Right.
they should have been done with that. It should have
Yeah.
taken them a whole 3 months, bro. You know, but the fact that Ukraine was able to rally the support of
NATO.
Europe, NATO,
yeah,
um,
and the U.S.
and
that
the
was
yeah,
U.S. being the biggest supporter right out the gate, which I just thought that was just Biden just showing how much underhand dealings he had connected with them. So that's why he was trying to cover it up before Russia absorbed
Well,
it and exposed it.
here's the one thing I'll appreciate Biden for is Russia. And if we need to fight a proxy war, it. Proxy war it is. Here we go. There you go, Ukraine. Send your little guys over there. Here's some cash, brother. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
way I saw it. It. We got a proxy war, Cold War number 3. Here we go.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what the Cold War number 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or is it the 3rd? Did the Cold War ever end?
Good job on that eyebrow. You've been practicing that in the mirror, haven't you?
No, I just have my moments. But yeah, I mean, that's how I figured it was just a proxy war that we needed to get behind because those Ruskies. And that, yeah, we'll take a break.
All right. Wow. I'm going to order this every year. So one whole dairy is all sausage.
Really?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah. You get about 40 links with the first buck we got. It was a little cull buck. So went and had him dropped off over at Grenzine's. I quartered it, gutted all myself and everything and cut off the musk bags. And I just take them the quarters and let them debone the quarter and they just turn it straight to sausage. I keep the back strap and the tenderloins at home and do those ourselves. But yeah, this sausage is like, yeah.
Yeah, that's damn good, dude. Damn good. I want to get more into hunting, man. I've never been, and I'd like to do some.
You
That'd be
definitely
really cool.
need to start practicing, especially with what might be on the horizon.
Yeah.
You want to be a gun-toting American. You never know. Fighting off freaking invaders one day.
The Red Dawn.
Yeah. Red Dawn. You never know. Could happen. It'd be funny as hell if it did, though.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work for any invading country, man. Like,
Really don't, right?
no
'Cause
way.
they gotta have some type of base to, resupply. There's not like they can sneak a fleet over here.
Well,
With those manta ray things we have in the ocean.
you almost don't get a real sense of our military strength because of how patriotic all of America really is, for the most part, except for those loonies who voted for Kamala.
Well, I mean, most of the southern states are red. I mean, where are they going to try to come through?
Canada.
Or the West Coast? I mean, they're all too high to really put up a fight.
They don't have no guns over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be the prime one to invade through, I would assume. The Pacific
We would just
Northwest.
nuke our own country at that point. Just take out all of California. It's just
Freaking straight up freaking Fallout style.
yeah,
Whole West Coast is just annihilated.
yeah.
One big desert.
We didn't need that. All right, we're back down to 49.
Huh.
If they do land on California, we'll be like, yeah, guess what? I'll cut my own arm off.
Yeah, I could see that. You're right. That would be some crazy shit.
Or we already had it rigged, so like the fault line, we just blow it and then it just falls into the ocean.
And it gets absorbed just like everyone's predicted for.
Like we already had it all set up. Like we just been planning like TNT and that fault line the whole time just to not.
It was like blowing up a bridge in World War II behind us. Sorry, you can't advance past this point. You can have the beach. You're not
Yeah.
gonna have it past it.
And then all of a sudden we have just like this huge cliff line.
Right out the side. I mean, I can see it. I mean, Trump's not the president to mess with, and that's what's funny seeing this thing unroll. Like, holy crap! Like, we have a man with some. Yeah, I don't know the right word. I'm trying to think of it, but he just has this boldness and stuff with Iran. And did that just coincidentally happen, or did we have any push there? Was our CIA there freaking pushing this from behind the scenes?
Like how much of every regime fall is a part of our propaganda
Yeah.
or our little subtle
Because all of a sudden it's came up out of nowhere. I mean, well, to me from nowhere. Because
their currency fell a whole bunch.
That's what I heard about a month ago. I think it was when it first started.
I think so, yeah.
Kind of what happened to Greece a few years back.
I keep
kinda
hearing about that, yeah.
So,
How did that happen?
yeah. Cause
Don't they have a bunch of like resources? Like how did
selling
Iran
oil? Like how did
Right.
all of a sudden a big exporter of oil fall out all of a sudden?
Is it because they go through Russia?
I mean, I'm just a plumber. That's above my pay grade to try to figure that out. But start thinking about it. It's like,
It's like maybe because of the sanctions over Russia, right? That's who they sold their oil to. But now you can't sell that oil. So they used to sell it to Venezuela. Venezuela would third party it to Russia. But now we started blowing up those boats and taking over, season.
yeah.
I don't know. What else do they sell? Do
It's
they sell
like,
opium as well?
Did Trump already have this figured out? He knew what thread to pull. All started by shooting drug boats that most of Americans are cheering him for.
And if we can say maybe these plans were already in motion for a decade plus, then there is some sort of black ops kind of regime that runs it in the back, to where it doesn't really matter who's in control.
Yeah.
These plans are going to be kind of in motion regardless,
Yep.
because these plans had to have been in motion even with Biden. They had to have still been,
And Bush and Senior Bush
yeah.
and Reagan. And, I mean, that's what I think it goes back towards. There's a reason we've had standoff with Cuba. There's a reason why we had the Cold War last as long as we did, because it gave our governments, uncapped spending for our military. Then we had the Iraq War happen for a reason. We just started dumping into our military, especially when all the wounded warriors started coming back. We really started questioning our military. Why don't we have, synthetic drones doing more of the advanced fightings than our own troops do? So that gave the military more reason to advance in the drone technology and the technology of not putting our men in harm's way.
I remember the term used to be called a UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, and that's what they used to be, right? Before they were drones, they were called UAVs.
And I've heard of these where the military has those robotic dogs that are doing these things now. They have bombs strapped to them, and they'll run right into a freaking certain. I mean, we have little self-driven tanks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
What do you think about that report you saw, that video you sent me? Now, that guy said something about the use of drones as well, that we use drones with that Venezuela capture. Hundreds of drones. Yeah, I didn't know we had a drone game like that. It just seemed like the drones just started being implemented in this Russian-Ukrainian war. That's the first time we started seeing them, where they're blowing up,
Yeah. And they came in there with such a precision that with hundreds of drones and I think like 8 helicopters and only 20 men on the ground neutralized hundreds by the one gentleman's testimony, hundreds. And they were shooting 300 times to their one time or 20 times or something like that. One man was.
300 rounds a minute.
Yeah. On top of
Is
their
what it seemed like.
whatever technology that they unleashed where everyone started having brain, bleeding and stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called. Directional sonic or something like that.
It's been around, and there hasn't been shown proof of it. I mean, it's a different game out there now, man. It's a different game, and Trump has taken the gloves off, and he's just starting. I really think it's just starting, and he's going to pull his gloves off with everybody. I would love to see if that ever becomes a bet on there. How close are we to full blown? What are you looking up? Hyde syndrome.
Hades syndrome.
Hades syndrome. I'm dyslexic.
Let's see. Maybe that is Hyde syndrome.
Bleeding in your esophagus?
Is that what?
I mean, sausage ain't that spicy.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me go back. Multi-system disorder characterized by Yeah, that does say Hades. Anyway, yeah, I was trying to think of the first place I heard of that directional weapon. I thought it was called Hades syndrome, but how do you spell Hades? Oh, there was that first one there.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I think it's going back to it.
Hey, you want some more sausage?
No, I'm good. Thank you. It's very good, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I'll leave the rest here with you. Just wrap it with Saran wrap.
Oh, right on.
Put it in a zip. Well, Ziploc even supposed to be is bad now. Well, you don't freeze food in Ziplocs.
Why? Because of the microplastics or what?
Yeah, that they have a huge class action lawsuit against them.
What, Ziploc?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Look it up.
That's crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm. The more things you know. I mean, the typical water bottle contains 200 to 300 microplastics floating in it.
Wow.
And I've chugged thousands of those things.
Yeah, I stopped drinking them after a while. I got a metal bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's got a plastic top, I think. You know, it's like, okay, what the hell?
I have my metal cup.
Plastic top.
But whatever.
Plastic straw.
Yeah, because the stainless steel one scared me after I heard about that lady fell on when it went through her brain.
Gross.
Yeah, it was some restaurant worker or something up in the New England area.
Dude, that's disgusting. Okay, a class action lawsuit targets Ziploc over claims that its microwave safe and freezer safe bags leach microplastics into food. Filed in California federal court. Wow, California. Check that out. California's doing something good. All right, maybe we won't blow off those charges. You know, all that goddamn hippie crap, it finally led to something good. You know, I guess every now and then, with too much government, they actually legislate something good.
They do think of something.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's give them credit. All right.
Yeah.
Let's round of applause for goddamn California.
I didn't know you could do that.
Thank you, California.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. I could do all kinds of stuff here.
I'm going to come.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what type of story I have to tell to get that one.
Yeah. You got to get some good ones.
I got a fever.
I got all kinds of little stuff.
Mm. Oh, man.
Well, goddamn. What do we do? What do we do about this now? Now that there's plastic and everything, it's in our medical equipment. I'm pretty sure our syringes are made of plastic. What are you talking about? Ziplocs. Like, our medical equipment is made of plastic. We have all kinds of crap in our bodies right now, probably made of plastic. I got a mesh. Guess what? It's PVC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plastic.
I've got a titanium hip with that. I don't know. I called it rubber, but it was some other material that's in the ball joint itself. So, oh man.
Yeah, no, mine's.
We all have the expiration dates, brother.
I read the material on that it said polyvinyl chloride right there on that sumbitch. I read it.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Well, we're all a little bit bionic, I guess, at our age.
That don't seem bionic. That seems stupid. 200 years in the future, they're gonna look back at our remains and be like, "What the were they doing? They were drinking out of like a byproduct of petrol."
Yeah. I mean, why did we ever get away from copper? I mean, should have stayed with copper.
Copper glasses. Oh, this is a glass, but
There's a reason why copper is mandated in certain commercial buildings, and PEX is inexistent.
yeah, plastic. Well,
You don't-
PVC also when like coming
you
into the
don't
building.
See PEX in hospitals.
Yeah, it's
You see all copper.
yeah.
The antibacterial properties of it, keeping the water clean. So,
So
the things we know on the plumbing side of that is huge because we've seen it. Now they've even had the class action lawsuits against PEX piping come out recently.
I mean, I
I've
just
heard
thought
about that started in California.
I just
They have
thought
known for that.
I did hear about the Wurzbo class action because of the fittings, but I don't know about the
The microplastic.
the microplastic
One. They
ones.
have a master plastic one that
Oh
started
my
in California.
god. Yeah. So okay, no, but going back to the heart of it, our syringes. Like I
Yeah.
said, there's microplastics in that. The parts that they put in our bodies, like I said, the mesh, it's literally made of PVC. And then the actual place where we get our water from, it's PVC.
Yeah.
Like the main line coming in.
Well, or ductile iron. I mean, ductile iron is a little bit better. It's coated on the inside at least.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Oh, you're about to see more of it.
How do you cut it with just chain snaps or?
No. You got to get in there with a wet saw. Big old
Wet?
powered saw with a big old blade.
Oh my
And
god!
And you cut it all the way around. Or
Damn.
they make a chainsaw for it.
They make a chainsaw for it.
Yeah, for cutting the ductile iron pipe.
Damn.
Well, I don't have one of those yet. But I'm looking for the right contract to purchase one with.
God damn.
Yeah, you talk about big boy plumbing. But it's fun because once you get down in there, you have an excavator, lower the section of the pipe, throw your dresser couplings over it, do the major repair. Did a lot of them when I was with TDI.
And that's water lines.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big water line.
Yeah, they're usually anywhere from 6 to 12s.
Yeah.
And then there was one out on the north side that we did that was right around 40. We had to call in a freaking 18-wheeler nitrogen truck to freeze the line.
Wow.
6-inch one up in a airplane hangar that busted. And we had to get
Whoa.
up there and do a saddle tee on it off a scissor lift, 30 foot up.
Wow.
It's fun. I mean, it's all just puzzles. It's this same plumbing, just bigger as it is in the residential house. You just got to have that confidence of, no, I'm going to figure this out. Like, it's a challenge.
I love a challenge.
you got to, especially in commercial, because there's always going to be a new challenge that somebody else has walked away from. And you got to come up with a solution and then back it up at the same time.
Well,
That's
I'll
where it's gonna be
definitely
fun.
expand my imaginative side. I mean, I'm very imaginative to begin with.
Well,
you know
that's
what
why
I
I
mean?
think it's going to be a good fit. You coming in more of that true plumber. Because residential, I mean, I have respect for it. Did it for a long time, but it gets unchallenging at a certain point. After you do it for so long, it's like, man. And in commercial, holy shit, yeah, it's always going to say something new.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had a lift station go down that was a huge lift station. And we're over there on Thursday afternoon getting backed out. Friday, we knew it needed to be condemned and rebuilt, having prices all put in by Friday afternoon, getting the approval. Now we're starting it this mid-coming week. And it's big boy plumbing.
Yeah.
And they're just regular grinder pumps, but you're talking about a grinder pump that's 3 to 4 foot tall.
Wow.
Now you got to use an A-frame to lift out of there. And you
What?
got to get a confined airspace permit, run ventilation down in there.
Wow.
You have a tripod set up for the man on a harness that goes down in there. So you have an emergency freaking harness to pull them back up. I mean, because I don't cut any corners with my guys. I know some companies would, but we don't. So I was like, no, let's just be safe, do this right. And the last time they did one, I showed up on site and the guy's down there without his cord hooked up. I was like, really, dude? You're in a 20-foot deep hole in the ground that plug is about 12 foot above your head, and that's holding back an 8-inch sewer line to an apartment complex that has, it's like, I can't be the only one thinking, like, come on.
Dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumb, dumb.
Young kids that don't even think about it. I mean,
Wow. Yeah, I'd be scary as of that test ball.
Yeah.
Oof.
And,
How big was the test ball?
I mean, those 8-inch ones, they'll be
8
about
inch? Damn.
8-inch around is what it expanded to, and it was probably about 12 inches long. And they make longer ones.
That's
they
a
make
long
them
end.
3 foot, 6 foot, and you shove them in these lines so you can really pump them up to hold back a certain amount of pressure on it. All depending on what's feeding it, depends on what size of test ball you need to, or plug you need to put in there.
Gotcha.
Because the plugs are different than test balls. The
Gotcha.
plugs are like legit, like they're pretty much car tire freaking
Rubber.
rubber.
Yeah. And those are the ones with the yellow caps. And those are, yeah, those are pretty dope.
Yes, they are. And well, again, I mean, it's bigger stuff, but we take our time. We do the proper safety precautions, and you get it done. So, I mean, it's a typical leak in a house. You're in and out in 2 hours. Well, this one, holy crap. Okay, it's a 4-inch water main in front of a building, PRV. Oh, all right, we're getting overtime tonight. We can't shut it off till 7. We got to, and 7 to 7, because when you're cutting that 4-inch ductile and having to slide in a meter flange on it, which is pretty easy with these compression type couplings. But like, I was educating 2 of my plumbers on it because they never done it a few months back. And I was like, no, guys, we can do it. We'll be there. I'll be there with you. And sure enough, they never cut the ductile before that with the saw. And I'm sitting there, showing them how. Because I have 2 guys that can do it really well, but I was trying to train the younger guys too. Well, I say younger. They're all, one's a tradesman, one's a journeyman. And showing them because they just never, they came from residential. But show them once, and they did another repair just a few weeks after that.
Nice.
That I didn't have to freaking be there.
Nice.
I was like, just send me pictures though.
Yeah.
Make sure that all-
And these flanges are compression?
yeah,
Wow.
they have a lot of compression fittings for the ductile iron. So a lot of people hear of it and they're like, oh my God, it's going to be cutting this, and this. Because you can bring a welder in to weld them on the proper like mechanical flanges. But that's usually for like a mechanical room. Not worrying about that on the utility side of it. Because if it's going to leak, it's going to leak outside.
Gotcha.
If it's inside the building, that's when they want usually there's something welded on, which if you do see it leaking, that's when you do the quote, you get all the measurements. We have a metal fab company that will make the flange with the piece, and you bring it down, because the 90s are still compression 90s, but they just don't want to have a compression coupling in the middle of the line, so you have to remake one whole section piece. And you just put the new mechanical 90 on it and call it done, and it just takes 3 days. So it's about, thinking on the fly.
Wow.
That's right.
God damn.
Getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Gotta clean my knife here.
So, I know you're out of time. You want to wrap it up with some final thoughts?
What's a good
See,
one for this week?
what did we talk about? Let's see. We hit on Venezuela. We hit on
Russia.
China. We hit on the Iran. We hit on the stupid mind virus of our own citizens, and how the juxtaposition between
The
fascism,
brainwashing.
yeah, and what fascism looks like in Iran versus,
Yeah.
and then we hit on a little bit of plumbing there at the end. So
You always got to bring it home to plumbing, man.
yeah,
I mean, we're both Texas plumbers, so we got to always bring it home.
okay.
Keep us humble.
My final thought is going to be a question. It's going to be a final question. If you could plumb anywhere in the world, what kind of plumbing would you like to see? Like, where would you like to? What's the most mysterious plumbing that you think of? Like, anywhere in the world.
Water treatment, but if I had to go anywhere in the world and just do water treatment all day long, every day long, what is the name of it? There's a destination on the southern tip of South America.
Argentina.
No, it's a cape. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. I have it saved. Where you at? Cabo San Diego is where I would be.
Cabo.
Mm-hmm.
And what country is that in?
That is on the southern tip. That is in Eurasia?
That's in South America?
Yeah, very south of Venezuela, Chile. It's south of, it's on the southern tip of Argentina.
Gotcha.
Right on the southern tip. and then you're like having penguins on the beach and stuff.
Wow.
And we do implement that because I would think that would be a really pretty cool place for a settlement.
It wouldn't be
South
cold
America.
either. It's like it's
It's coldish, but from what I've researched, it's like perfect place to hide away.
that's where all the Nazis went. Yeah, they did. They went to Argentina. They didn't go to Cape Cod or whatever you said, but they didn't go there. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
there was like 240, 250 Nazi affiliated companies that went to Argentina after the Second World War.
Well, it's
That's
real
where they think Hitler went.
Well, I mean, I just saw somebody's video on where they overlaid Walt Disney's photographic with Hitler's photograph and how they were so similar.
Shut up.
I don't know.
So stupid.
I need to send you that video.
God damn it. Damn.
Same thing when I saw it, I was like,
No way, dude. No way.
hide right in plain sight.
That's so funny, though. All right.
Anyway, but appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Always remember, keep love in your heart and leave no room for hate.
Amen.
But I don't want to be a pirate.